This is Meteo Mundo.
Hi everyone, Rusty back with you here for your latest tropics update on this Tuesday, October 3rd. And friends, I do have some important information to pass along. Tropical Storm Philippe is currently pounding the northern Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands with some winds of over 40 miles an hour, but also some excessive rainfall. There is the potential in portions of the Leeward Islands that in total, Philippe could drop up to a foot of rain in some areas. This is our wide satellite view of the entire Atlantic basin. You can see very clearly Tropical Storm Philippe moving across the Leeward and the Windward Islands, headed towards the U.S. British Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico as well. So again, it's almost expanded a bit. Now look, Philippe is not a very strong tropical storm, but the rain is going to be a big issue, especially for the northern Leeward Islands and the British Virgin Islands over the next 24 hours. Philippe has already dropped a lot of rain, and that will continue for us here. Now, I can tell you that the tropical storm warnings for Antigua and Barbuda have been discontinued, but at this time, we do have a tropical storm warning for Anguilla and then a tropical storm watch for the British Virgin Islands. Again, Philippe is right over those areas right now. We're seeing some wind gusts of over 40 miles an hour, and then the excessive rainfall is going to be a big story for us here. I'm going to show you the NAM model, and that NAM model was absolutely spot on yesterday. I thought it was going to be the model that verified, that brought the core of Philippe right over the northern Leeward Islands, and that's exactly what has happened. So let's talk about the potential for rain. First of all, you can see that over just the next 24 hours, we're going to continue with heavy rainfall over the northern side of the Leeward Islands and the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, and at least get the opportunity for some heavier rain in the eastern sides of Puerto Rico. But Montserrat, St. Kitts and Nevis, Barbuda, and Antigua, even though you don't have tropical storm warnings anymore, the heavy rain is going to continue, and some of this heavier rain will be all the way down towards the Montserrat area as well. So speaking of that, here's what the Hurricane Center is saying. They say in total, they expect 4 to 8 inches of rain for the northern Leeward Islands from Anguilla south towards Montserrat, including St. Kitts and Nevis and the British Virgin Islands, 4 to 8 inches of rain, locally up to a foot. 1 to 4 inches of rain for the southern Leeward Islands toward the northern Windward Islands. And you can see some of the scattered showers continuing at least as far south as St. Lucia for the remainder of our Tuesday, and then that moisture lifting to the north. But even through the day on Tuesday, I'm telling you right now, and then into Wednesday, we're going to continue with some heavier rainfall in the far northern Leeward Islands. Then for the U.S. and British Virgin Islands, for the U.S. Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico only, 2 to 4 inches of rain. I'm not expecting any big issues for Puerto Rico with this rain. It's going to kick up the surf and sea conditions, no doubt about it, for us here over the next couple days, especially on the eastern and the northeast sides of the island. So again, rainfall and excessive rainfall is going to be an issue, and continuing with Philippe right on through the remainder of this Tuesday and at least into early on Wednesday for the areas that I just mentioned, especially again up towards Anguilla, where we do have a tropical storm warning. Now, I also want to take a look at the wind out of this as well, because again, the NAM model was very good in bringing in that core of wind right over the northern Leeward Islands. So again, the rain, I think, is the bigger story, but we could have some winds continuing to gust over 40 miles an hour for Anguilla, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the British Virgin Islands throughout the remainder of Tuesday. That could obviously knock down some trees and cause some power outage issues. And by the way, friends, if you live in these areas, drop it in the comments below. I would love to hear from you to get some ground truth, if you will, of what you're seeing. You know those islands so well. Let me know what's happening across the area for us here. Because again, excessive rainfall up to a foot in some areas. Those low-lying areas, those flood-prone areas are probably flooding right now. And again, the winds will be another big story. So just looking at that, I want to pause this real quick. You can just see those core of winds of 30, maybe even 40 miles an hour will continue. Again, St. Kitts and Nevis, Anguilla, up towards Road Town, and then eventually pull away. But even Wednesday is going to be a very breezy day with winds mainly out of the south to southeast. So that's kind of the look from the models. The European model is showing additional rainfall totals of 3 to 5 inches of rain in the northern Leeward Islands. Again, this is from now. What's the additional rain between now and late on Wednesday evening? And you've got 3, 4, maybe even locally up to 5 additional inches of rain. Up towards Anguilla, about 3.5 additional inches. So again, it's already been raining for well over a day in these areas, and it will continue through the day on Wednesday with an additional 3 to 5 inches. Could again see some heavier rainfall in portions of the British Virgin Islands. Again, Puerto Rico right now, I think we're going to miss the core of the rain out of Philippe. The Hurricane Center does have a little bit more than what the European model is showing. Again, their official forecast is 2 to 4 inches of rain. So for San Juan, scattered showers today. Actually, the best chance for showers and some heavier storms will come for tomorrow as the winds turn out of the south, pulling in additional moisture. It's an 80% chance for storms. Still 60% chance on Thursday, and then Friday and Saturday right around 50%, with daytime highs in the mid to the upper 80s. That's the newest information on Philippe. I promise you we'll keep you updated right here at Meteo Mundo. Thank you for liking the video. And again, if you want the newest tropical information across the Caribbean, just subscribe right here to Meteo Mundo.